welcome back to the channel. First video of 2024, so very belated Happy New Year to all the subscribers and followers. And on that note, I'd like to say thank you to all the new subscribers to the channel. I've seen a number of people started to subscribe to the channel. Loads of great comments, so really appreciate this. This is all new to me, not just in caravanning, but also doing YouTube videos as well. So really do appreciate the support, the comments, and also the questions. I'm still learning. There's still loads for me to learn. So again, if I can help pass on some hints and tips, but also if I can pick up some hints and tips from other YouTubers and other people in the comments, it always really helps. So today, as you can see again, not in the caravan, I did pop down at the weekend and I will talk about some of the winter checks and tips and tricks that we do over winter when it's in storage. But yeah, with the UK temperatures at the moment, I don't fancy sitting in a really cold caravan. So yeah, back in the home office, I just thought I'd put together just a quick video just to update some of the plans we've got for this year, some of the products I'm looking to purchase over the year, and get some comments and feedback on if you've got them already or any different ideas as well. And as mentioned, just some tips around what we do, what we check on, what we open up or close in the caravan while it's been in storage over the winter period. So let's start with the fun bit and the exciting part. What have we got planned for 2024? So we've got a number of the core trips, shall I say, the bigger or longer trips already booked for this year. I'm going to start looking at planning some of the shorter weekend ones as time goes through the next couple of months. But the first trip, booked it yesterday. That's coming up in February, going down to a campsite just off the A30, just outside of Newquay. So yes, it's a long way to go for a long weekend. We've got a friend down there whose little boy's turning 2. So we thought, why not make use of the caravan, take it down to Newquay again. In February, could be interesting. If you've got any cold caravanning tips, I would love to hear them. I have seen one about putting a puffer coat or a padded jacket around the aqua roll, and also know you can buy the actual sleeves. But again, is it something that we're going to use that regularly? Is it a case of just wait and see when we get down there? So we've put that. That's a Friday to a Tuesday trip down in Cornwall. We've then got a small trip down to Burford in April, and again, Ro's taking one of his little friends with us as well. It makes me really happy, him taking and getting excited about taking a friend away in the caravan. We took Olivia with us last year out to Cambridge and she had a while of a time. So we looked at Burford and the Camac site, the Caravan and Motorhome Club site in Burford, just because it's right next to the animal park, right next door. And the first for us, we're actually going to go away with our parents as well. So my mum and dad, who have been caravanning now for way too many years to publish, they're actually coming to join us. So we didn't manage last year to go away as a family, but this year they'll be there. Lucky enough, they're retired. They're actually turning up a day earlier and leaving a day later, so they get a few extra days there. But they're going to be there, enjoy the fun and games with the 2 children on the site as well. It's got that coming up in April. We've then got our main holiday in August. So this is the 10-day trip out to France. So the plan on this one is to drive down to Portsmouth the Friday night. The ferry is 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. Pull up to the loading lanes and just try and get a couple of hours sleep in the back of the caravan. We decided to go for a daytime crossing. So Louisa doesn't do well on boats. We've done a couple of night crossings before, just across the channel to Calais. And when it's night time, pitch black, she really does struggle. It is really disorientating when you can't see anything on the horizon. So we thought we'll book a daytime ferry. We'll take our time and enjoy the crossing. We did book a inside cabin as well, just so if I need to, I can get my head down during the ferry crossing to have a bit of a sleep. Matteo is really excited, being told there's a cinema on board, there's arcades and amusements. He's looking at it as like a little holiday inside a holiday going on the crossing across to Sienne. We did book one night on the other side, so 45 minutes away from the port on the Saturday night. Again, just to break it up. For me, I want to try and get in as much as we can, but I don't want to cram it. I don't want to rush. So booking an extra night on Saturday night before the 3-hour drive down to Brittany is the key thing for us. Then we're down to a site down there for a week. So again, really looking forward to that in August, and it should be really good fun. So they're the main caravan holidays we've booked so far, and there will be plenty more weekends where that's tied into the car shows that we go to and taking the caravan along with us, or just wanted to get out of the house and get away for a weekend. So that's what we've really got planned. So I think in total, with a couple of non-caravan trips, about 26 nights so far. So hoping to push nearer 40 by the end of this year as well. And that's an increase from what we did in 2023. So really looking forward to it. So the next part is, again, exciting for me. It's what am I going to purchase for the caravan next? So after a couple of trips at the back end of last year, Not getting fed up, but again, it's frustrating having to clean the front of the caravan when the weather's not so good. So I have been looking at towing covers for quite a while now. They're not cheap. You can get universal fits, which are sub £100. Looking at specialist covers, I think looking at the Infinity Tow Pro, which covers the pano roof, you're looking at just under £400. So it's quite a big investment to look at. So I've taken my time to really look into, do I actually need this? Do I want one? Or is it a case of just, I would like the look of them on the front of the caravan? But yeah, after a couple of outings last year and coming back with mud and all sorts at the front of the caravan, it's pushing me down towards we need a towing cover. I'm also thinking France in August as well. I remember going over there a few years ago, just taking the car, and the amount of bugs that are on the front of the car was terrible. So having a cover just to stop the bugs, I think could work really well, especially the Infinity to cover that pano roof. The last thing I want is to get to site, have the clean main windows, but then look at the pano roof and it'd be a fly graveyard. So yeah, I'll be great to get some feedback and some comments from anybody out there that uses a towing cover or has looked at anything outside the specialist cover. Some of the things that I've seen and heard, the universal fit ones are great and they work well, but they can come loose and start flapping around. Last thing I want is any more damage. We had to wait long enough last year for the pano roof repair when it cracked from Swift on their warranty repair as well. So yeah, any feedback. And again, if you've got a specialist cover, please let me know. I did look at the Pro one at the top. I like the paddies. I think that's a bit of reassurance for any stone chips. But again, they're limited because they only cover the main windows or the pano roof as well. So I think for myself personally, I really want one that covers that pano roof. So yeah, any tips, tricks or ideas would be good. So yeah, please drop a note in a comment of anything else I should be looking at. Any ideas or recommendations from yourselves would be really, really handy. So as I mentioned earlier, not in the caravan today, but did go down at the weekend to take a little look at it, make sure everything's working correctly, check the battery, etc. Which then prompted me to think, actually, is it worthwhile giving some of the things that we do and get some feedback on some of the things we do? Is it correct what we're doing? So yeah, I thought I'd just put across a couple of the tips, tricks, hints, whatever you want to call it, around what we do when we put the caravan in storage over winter. So one of the things we do is we open the cupboards, especially around the kitchen area, to let the air flow. Again, it's something that I've heard or been told that we should be doing, open the cupboards. But again, do you leave your cupboards open? We do leave the fridge on the hinge. One thing I did do this weekend, so with the Challenger X850, we've got the tall fridge that opens on both sides. So what I've done is closed one side and opened up the other side, now swapped them round, just to relieve some of the pressure on that single hinge while it's in storage as well. So we do completely empty the fridge and freezer out over the winter period and then just leave it cracked open during that period to let the air flow. Last thing you want is a smelly fridge. We did use the water drain down tool. Well, my parents did, shall I say. They brought one of the whale pressurised systems to remove the water. And wow, I was surprised how much water actually came out of that system. Last year we had a couple of frozen pipes. Lucky enough, touch wood, we didn't have any damage with the frozen pipe work around the taps. But when you drain down, you tow back for a couple of hours, you think most of that water should have come out by now. We probably had anywhere between half a litre to a litre of water that came out after, well, two tows, one to a service. The last one was a service up at Wellingborough, and we came back from Yarmouth a week before as well. So yeah, trying to get that water out of the system before the really minus temperatures really kick in is really key. Last thing you want to do, take your caravan, hitch your caravan up, go away, and then realise the cracked pipe and you've got water going everywhere. So that does lead on to, we've always been told to leave the taps open. I actually unscrew the shower head in the shower as well. Just to, again, let the flow go round, which is really key. With the leisure battery, last year, this is the first time having a caravan, we've got a solar panel. So again, we turned the main electric board off, but we also found the solar panel still keeps charging and will get the battery topped up during the winter period. Last year when we had snow, I did go down there and clear the solar panel a couple of times. Last thing I want to do is let the battery drain down. So again, when I go down there every couple of weeks, it's just turning the main board just to double check what voltage the battery is running at as well. And again, touch wood, the solar panel seems to be doing its job, and it seems to be keeping the battery topped up to a correct level as well. So but again, I do know a number of people that don't have solar panels will take the battery out, take it back home and put it on a drip or trickle charger over the winter period as well. The last thing you want to do is let that battery completely discharge. You could potentially save it, but again, you're more than likely ruin that battery, never to be used again. And one thing I've seen going around the storage site is a number of caravans that either have the towing cover still on or a full-blown cover. I've always toyed with this idea. Is it a safe thing to do? Are you trapping moisture and dirt between the cover? Wind gets under, moves it around. Are you looking at scratching windows, etc.? So we don't have a cover. Luckily, our storage unit is not anywhere near any sort of high trees. We're not getting the debris from sap or leaves falling onto the caravan roof over the winter period, so it stays fairly clean. But it's always interested me, is it the correct thing to do to put a full cover or leave a towing cover on while the caravan's in storage? Again, it'd be great to get your feedback. Do you currently do it? Have you thought about it, or do you know someone that does it, and has it caused any issues going forward as well? So the last point in today's video is rear towing cameras. I've seen a lot of videos, Instagram posts around wireless towing cameras. Not one fitted, potentially looking at one, but it'd be great to get your feedback, your thoughts and your opinions around this. So far, from what I've seen, I think it looks really good. Being able to have that vision behind you when you're towing, I think can be really helpful. I think one thing I'm still learning especially is how far past that Arctic when I'm overtaking on a dual carriageway or the motorway. A few times it's worked well where the sun's been in the right place, so I can actually see the shadow of the caravan is well past it. But again, would that help in that situation? Or are they a distraction? Having another screen on the dashboard or inside the car to look at while you're towing, is this another distraction? Something else I was thinking about when you've got, for me personally, I've got the caravan sat nav on the screen, looking at the directions and the towing speeds, etc. Would having another screen with moving images on it be another distraction to have? I know my parents, again, been towing many years now, never had one. But again, as a newbie caravan person and new to towing, would it be an advisable, a safety thing to have on there as well? So again, I'd really appreciate any comments, links, feedback around if you've got one, if you've looked at one, around the pros and cons around it as well. So please feel free to drop a note in the comments below. So again, it was just a quick video, first one of 2024, to say what we're doing, what we've got planned, and also get some of your feedback as well, which is really helpful. I'm planning to vlog the trip down to Cornwall. I think it'd be quite interesting. We are planning to drive back at night. I do find that a lot easier. This time, instead of going straight back to storage, we're going to bring the caravan back home and put it on the driveway for the night, just to see how that plans out and how that works. So again, normally we tend to notify the storage unit, drop the caravan back early hours of the morning. But yeah, we'll give it a try this time, see how it works. So I'll vlog that, give you any feedback if the weather and the temperatures do drop. We've had some cold temperatures, but nothing like snow or ice, so it could be the first for us as well. But again, as I said at the start of the video, thank you for all the follows and the subscriptions and the likes. And again, especially the comments and the feedback and the questions. It really helps me carry on building these videos out, adding more to it, and hopefully, yeah, more content to come this year, more non-office based videos coming as well. So more out and about, some site feedback, etc. as well. But again, thank you very much, and look forward to speaking to you very soon.